Alright, my phone's running out of storage. I was going to make a TikTok video and save it and post it here later, but it looks like I need to go live and just push this out. So I'm asking for anyone that wants to join in letting go of your concerns. This beautiful morning I found myself here at Denman Estate Park, and looking at this place, if you're familiar with it, I'm concerned. So the beautiful Moon Labyrinth that used to have bushes lining the whole walkway is now empty of bushes. So no greenery, it's just this thing. I'll show you in a second. The pond that used to be filled when I first found this place and discovered this place is now almost completely empty. The ducks are all together, the turtles. I don't know if there's any living fish in here anymore. And you know, the walkway is kind of like nobody's here to clean anything up. I don't know what's going on. There were people that left trash right outside the freaking trash receptacle, like they threw it and it hit it and then they just let everything fall on the ground. So I went ahead and picked it up. So I do have some concerns, as well as many people have concerns with the way things are going right now. Man, am I glitching over here? So let's take our concerns into the Moon Labyrinth. So for those that haven't been here, Denman Estate Park has this desolate Moon Labyrinth, but we're still going to use it because it's here, right? So this meditate with the Moon Labyrinth. This ancient prayer tool is found in many countries and has been used by people to bring clarity, inner peace, and joy. Enter with a concern, reflectively follow the path until you reach the center. There, let go of the concern. Find the way by walking the way. So we'll go in here, I'll express my concerns that I have for myself and for the world, and we can let them go in the center, and you can follow along with your own concerns, and we can all let them go together. So let's walk the path. Right now I'm concerned there ain't no bushes, but I'm already like, let's put bamboo and like make a. So anyway, I've got concerns, but I've also got solutions. So let's just do the concern part right now. There's a lot of people that are hungry, that are desperate, that are lonely, that are, what's the word? Disappointed. Well, that's not the word, but depressed, and feeling a type of way that is not helping them find their equilibrium, their center point. And so that's why we take these concerns to the center, so we can let them go, because in the center is where you find your balance and your equilibrium. And when you're in that state, then you're missing the incoherencies of the world. So as we take this walk, we want to show our concerns for the homeless, for the people that are addicted to drugs, for the children that are in families that are abusive, people that are in relationships that are abusive. And as we pay attention to our path, we know that it's not straight. We see that it has turns, and it is character. I mean, we still find pieces of trash as we're concerned with this world and the way that people are treating Mother Nature, and not looking forward into what this can do for our children. So the concerns are real. The plight that we are in it's unmistakable. It is so in our face. Oh, look at that beetle. Where'd he go? Where's the beetle? Can you see? Oh, there he goes. Anyway, so as we are concerned for Mother Nature and all of its insects and animals and the beings that live on her and flow through her, we're concerned about the way we're headed, this direction. How are we going to right this ship? How are we going to get back to the place that feels like home? And this Moon Labyrinth is offering a huge suggestion. Is we find ourselves in the center. And in the center is your equilibrium point. It's your balance point. It's the nexus of you. It's the holographic permutation from all the planets and the stars coming down to a singular point, which is your center, which is your heart. And then it resonates out. And right now, collectively, we're going through a shift. And so as we look around and we see that the waters are low and there's no nature where we have intention setting, and so we're going to go ahead and let all that stuff go right now and have complete faith in the universe, and we're going to breathe and we're going to pay homage to the work that we have put in, to the stresses and the struggles and the extreme learning curves that we have participated in. These learning curves, these losses, these connections are all allowing us to take a different route. And what better place to decide which route you're going to take than being in the center? And so as we walked through this Moon Labyrinth and we talked about all of the concerns of the world as we went around and around and around, and we found ourselves here in the center. We found ourselves in our heart. The connection point to all that is and all that ever will be and all that ever was. This is where we find our family. This is where we find our home. This is where we find our dreams. This is where we find our inspiration. From the center, from your heart, you stand up out of the meditation, you open your eyes and you look around and you assess the situation. And you see, even though I see that there's things out of alignment right now, I also see all the beauty in what is taking place here that is unfeathered. It is untamed. It can't be. This is nature in its true form. And if we just walked away and left all this alone, nature will come back and overgrow this entire space, and I'm sure water will fill and all the things will happen. So we want to again take a deep breath, so we can do that here and now. We'll take one big deep breath. Hold it for a second. And now let it go. Let's just do that again. Hold it. And just let it go. Just let go of the need for control, the need to initiate, the need to push, the need to bend until things break. Right now, we're in this huge process of controlling the situation by letting go of it. And knowing that everything is absolutely playing out in the way in which it was designed to play out, for a longer permutation of synchronicities, love, bliss, abundance, gratitude, trust, and so all those things. So let's go ahead, and now that we've let go of our concerns, let's take our way out of this labyrinth and walk the path back to ourselves here in the now, into the doorway of our own labyrinth. As that doorway is not just an entry point, it's also an exit point. And it's good to have doorways. It's good to have options. And again, as we leave the center, we found our options from that center point, where we can look out into the crossroads of our existence and bring those things into fruition. What combines our heart, our mind, our entire being so that way we can create the world that we desire for our children, as there's a little one running around over here. So, deep breaths in the nose. Out the nose. In the nose. Out the mouth. With a sigh of relief that we have let go of our concerns. We are no longer in fight or flight. We are in resting state today. We are in a space of abundance, of true abundance. Just remember, we let go of our concerns in the center. We're not there anymore. We're on the path. The path that's being created for us, it's being created by us. So let's take the concerns that we let go, and we can be active participants in the world that we are here creating now. So everything is here now, and what are you going to do about it right now? And so we pick up trash, we be the change that we wish to see in the world. We activate spaces with time and our hearts. So let me turn the camera around. All right, I've got several places on the lineup for Infinite You and our co-conspirators to lead a global meditation here in San Antonio the week before the NCAA Final Four and a month before Fiesta. Reason being is because a lot of people are about to get out and play, and when they do that, if they're in a state of incoherency and like lack, or they don't trust, and just all the things that we just discussed, it creates an experience that we don't necessarily want. So if you look into all of the stuff that happened last year, Fiesta, and every year Fiesta, the grand Fiesta for San Antonio, 10-day long festival with parties all over the city where they feed you full of alcohol, and then they tell you don't be mad at your wife when you go home, don't be too drunk, don't get a DUI. But you know, the thing is we got the data on that, and this global meditation that we're going to be doing the week before the NCAA Final Four will create a Maharishi effect. And the Maharishi effect is a, let's go into this wooded area real quick before I finish, get in the car and go get my coffee for the day. The Maharishi effect is when 1,000 or so meditators gathered around a large city and meditated for peace and, you know, all the beautiful things. And we aim to do that for San Antonio as it gets an influx of, you know, a lot of people, and a lot of people coming out of their homes to go, you know, take in their dose of prescribed alcohol from the city. Sorry, I don't want to say too much because, you know, some people may not like the way I confront the idiocracies, because it's plain as day. But if I go and say that the mayor's in cahoots, and a lot of the politicians and the business people and the actual movers and shakers of the city are in cahoots with you getting inebriated with alcohol, and they're cool with you getting DUIs and all the other things and domestic violence and stuff like that, because that's what that would show me as a, you know, very astute and aware person. I don't know. I'm really can't be that much different than the average person out here. But if you open your eyes and you look around, you'll see that they're feeding you full of alcohol that causes you to be inebriated and maybe be a little bit more violent than you were before it. There's only a very small percentage of people that are going to be happy-go-lucky once they get a little alcohol inside of them. Your decision making is not the best. So, global meditation, next year, the 29th of March. That's where we're heading to. And so what I was saying, I was leading into that. Why was I going that direction? Denman Estate Park's on the hit list for this global meditation. It could be one of the locations. I'd really like for it to be the Civic Park downtown. You know, right there in the middle of downtown, grab a couple thousand meditators and lead a whole thing and like push the field with this Maharishi effect. So that way, you know, my community doesn't get hurt. Like, people died at last fiesta. Shots were fired. You think that was the only time it's happened? You could count on an experience like that every year for fiesta. Fiesta has a body count. This party has a body count of how many people have died while attending fiesta or being a part of it. So what? Anyway, so the Civic Park would be great. Another location would be the Blue Hole at University of Incarnate Word. Another place would be Almost Park. And another spot would be here, Denman. So maybe we'll do a vote. But, you know, this vote isn't just by, you know, hey, I'd like to have it at the Civic Park. That one costs money, for sure. To do a larger event here may cost some money to rent out the space. If we do like a med mob, but how do you do a global meditation mob where you tell everybody around the world, like, hey, I know you weren't expected, but meditate right now. So the word's got to get out. You know? The word's got to get out. We've got to push this field. We have an opportunity to go and be the change that we wish to see, and with the least amount of effort. That's the thing too. I mean, if you want to help the world and you're like, oh, all I got to do is meditate. Well, I mean, take the path of least resistance and take some time out of your day and meditate and focus and breathe and love and all those beautiful things and push it out and see it as an embodiment for the world around you. Like, oh man, the world is this way. Like, we left all the concerns in the center of the labyrinth over there. We're not doing that right now. We are in the space of activating the world around us. And so, global meditation, we've got several locations picked out. We are looking to let the entire world know how to get it done. And I'm not, you know, there's a lot of ways to skin a cat, but I want to show a very effective way. And this is something that eventually your municipalities, your local government should be taking action on. Amongst all the other things that we do here at Infinite You. I'm speaking on my personal platform, but if you're looking at this through my business platform, Infinite You Wellness Plus Synergy is here to assist the entire planet with upgrading itself. Man, they took down my bamboo forest. What are these people doing over here? Who is running this? That's what see, that's the thing. Hoi, oi, oi. You've got a lot of people that are running things that should not be running things. Like, unless you're going to put a garden out here, you literally took away my bamboo forest, man. It was so cool to come in here. You could hide out in here. Anyway, they're letting the water just dry up. They're letting people throw trash all over the place. Okay, Harold, we left the concerns back there. Okay, got it. All right, folks. I'm going to go ahead and dip off of here for now. I hope that there is some sense of inspiration, some sense of like action, or, you know, a prompt within you, even if you're not in San Antonio. What if you're in Timbuktu and they got a dirty river, you know, or something? The thing is, and I've said this before, wherever you're at, once you go out and start picking up trash and building gardens, and you do the logical approach of like, man, who can come out here and help me? Let me do a little researchy on the old Googly. You will find organizations and people and businesses that are doing the things that you're trying to do, and then they have ways of helping you and organizing. And you're like, wow, y'all are much more efficient. This is how we do it. Yeah. So it's a collective thing. So with that, I want y'all to love always in all ways. Peace.